Hello guys, welcome back to this new tarot reading. This time I wanted to do Exo's leader Suho. I've been wanting to do this reading. Someone had asked me. It was a recommendation, but also there's something about him that I found really interesting. I don't follow much Exo. I know who they are. I know a few songs of them. But actually, I don't think that Suho, even though he's the leader, I know he's popular, but I don't see a lot of content about him. So I was really curious about how he's like and how he's doing in these days. I don't know. I don't even know what the group. Is he in the military? Where is he? Or has I don't know, but maybe some Excel can kindly maybe give me some kind of feedback or some kind of insight about how the group is doing, how Suho is doing. So I'm going to start my reading to get a bit into his energy and hopefully I can connect a bit with him. Um, so I saw very briefly his energies when it comes to astrology and his birth chart, and he's a Gemini with the moon in Virgo. And he also has other planets, I think Venus in Mars in Cancer. So he's definitely a sweet guy. He's sweet, but he's very and highly intellectual. Oh my God, I have a headache already just thinking about his energy. He's very mental. It's like his mental processes are so fast, and when he gets stressed, his thoughts are all over the place, are like everywhere. So poor guy. A lot of thoughts. And also because I pulled these cards from the archetypes cards, and I always look at the colors. In his case, he has this. The cards that came out has this tone of green and yellow, which also give me this kind of intellectual, very communicative, they talk a lot about mind process. So I think his mind, it's an aspect that it takes over a lot of his real personality, actually. So let's dive in a little bit on the archetypes. The cards that came out for him, it's advocate, priest, and engineer. So it's really interesting. Actually, I like to combine the energies because like I said, I know there are people that read from these cards and that they read literally the meaning of the cards, but actually, I'm a tarot reader, and I'm also a counselor. So, of course, I could go to the psychology side of this, but I want to use my intuition more because I'm an intuitive person. So I like to mix and match the meanings. I don't like to read them like a book because I think that for you to be able to have that experience, you can buy the cards and read them yourself. So I don't think I would be bringing something really new if I would be just reading the cards and what it says. So I think that this advocate aspect talks about him being actually very like a mediator, or being always the one that is really good with words. He's really considerate with others. He's a great listener also, and he is very humble. He has a lot of knowledge, like I said. He's really intelligent, but at the same time, he's the one that is very compassionate. He's not going to rub all over your face that he is the smart one or that he is the intelligent. He has this kind of compassion for others, and he also, I have the feeling, I think that him being the leader was a very wise decision, because when it comes to, I think, personality structure or maybe psychological structure, he is someone that is very neutral, and he's someone that is always considerating everyone needs. So, and he also cares about that everyone has their moment. Of course, it I'm sure it wasn't easy for him because there are a lot of members, so there's a lot of energies. Sometimes people, I don't think they fully understand how much of a responsibility and how much of the weight that is on your shoulders once you are named the leader of the group, the leader of any group, because you can have a different job and be like the leader, and also having this kind of experience where you feel all the weight on your shoulders, because like somehow you have to be neutral and you have to also be open-minded, and you have to be really, you have to have some kind of awareness, and also you have to be really, really wise, and because it's all about making wise decisions. So it's not only about being smart or intellectual or being a good communicator, because you can communicate a lot with words, and actually those words could mean nothing. You have to have some kind of a speech, or you have to have some kind of approach to people, that somehow these people that are listening to you or are being guided to you, to inspire them, that they could feel inspired by what you say, and that they could actually pay attention to what you're talking about, because otherwise you would be talking to a wall, or you would be talking nonstop. And maybe there are people that, yes, they get what you're saying, and there are others that just don't care. So it's a huge responsibility, and it's a huge weight to be. There's a lot of pressure to be the leader of a group, and there's not, I don't think there's enough recognition for this, but the amount of stress they do have on their back, it's unbelievable. So I think that he is someone that it's a good mediator, and also is someone that has this ability to connect with the different personalities of each member. And also this is about actually him having this kind of priest, and I think that this talks a bit about his moon in Virgo, this priest archetype, and this engineer archetype also. I think that when we think about this priest, there's something holy about him. There's like a blessing in him. He has a sort of aura. I don't know him that much. I haven't paid attention that much to him, maybe on a video or something, but I know his face. I know who he is. But there's something about his mannerisms, or there's something about the way his posture, or the way he expresses himself, that he sounds like a priest. He sounds like he's doing a lecture or something like that. He looks very professional, and he has a way with words that is really touching, actually, that is almost like a spiritual experience. I don't know if maybe the words he uses to give examples, or maybe the word he uses to encourage the group, he's very maternal. He doesn't seem like he's emotional, but actually he is really emotional. There are moments where he feels this emotional huge wave inside of himself, where he feels like he's going to cry, or he's going to be shedding tears, because he's very emotional. It's just that him being a Gemini and having a moon in Virgo, it makes it really hard for him to actually find the right balance between what his mind wants to do and what he wants to accomplish when it comes to emotions. I think that he is someone that probably feels really lonely, and sometimes he feels really misunderstood, because I think he there's a part of him that really wants to be accepted, and that really wants to be loved for who he is. But somehow being so smart and being so intelligent sometimes can make him feel like he's a bit awkward when it comes to real relationships or when it comes to expressing how he really feels. So maybe he can go from being really happy to actually being crying of emotions, because it's like he doesn't have like a good, he is, every time he wants to go deep into his emotions, suddenly his thoughts interrupt, and it's like they take over the whole, his whole expression. So I think that he cannot stop overthinking and sometimes over analyzing everything he does. He wants, sorry, and he is such a perfectionist that he doesn't want to fail, and he doesn't want to fail others especially. So I think that he puts a lot of pressure on himself to be perfect, to be the perfect leader, to be the perfect singer, to be the perfect member. He just wants to accomplish that level of perfection. And actually, he really gets really hurt or gets really upset when he cannot meet that level or when he cannot accomplish that level of perfection. Because of course you know that perfection doesn't exist, but you cannot tell a moon in Virgo that perfection is not possible, you know, because they work really hard in themselves and they work really hard in whatever activity they put their energy to, that it's they generally feel like they get closer and closer to achieving that level of perfection in, or they are always fantasizing or they dreaming about achieving a certain level of perfectionism. So I think that he's also, because of the car of the engineer, I think that he is someone that also is really good with building things, like material things. I think that he is someone that is very grounded, despite of him being a Gemini. I think he's someone that also has like a strong foundation when it comes to his character. I think he is someone that always comes up with this real logical and rational solutions for maybe everyday issues or everyday problems that could come out. He is someone that is he's very logical, and he has this ability to build a good plan to fix mundane or maybe material, or if you're having a problem with resources, or if you're having a problem, I don't know, with something that requires like a kind of conduct or kind of action. He's someone that he has the intelligence to be like, to be this person that is really rational and that is really is very, his aptitude, he's just so he's so good at making a plan and actually like delivering it in and actually finding solutions. I think he also is the kind of person that always concentrates in trying to find solution for everything, and I think that he feels really good about himself when he finds that solution. But there's something about his emotional nature, and there's something about his private life that he somehow cannot find solutions for that aspect of himself. And I think that that's what actually keeps him up the most of the time. Maybe he cannot sleep or he cannot stop thinking, because and he becomes really anxious when it comes to interaction with others, especially intimate interactions. He feels really awkward. He feels like he wants to do his best, but it always ends up being awkward. It's like he wants to communicate his feelings so much, but he doesn't know how to. and it's just because he's in also in this leader role, and he's the leader, and he acts like he's the responsible one. And maybe there are moments in his life when he's like, oh, I want to be silly too, I want to be playful today. I want to be like, I don't want to be in this role of being so serious. I think that he's very flexible also. He has a lot of ideas. So I don't think that, I think also that he is really nice, that he is not very like this serious guy that is going to give you, I don't know, an evil eye, or he's going to look at you like he's like give you like this death stare if you do something wrong. He would probably just be like laughing nervously at you, but actually hoping that you would fix things right away. I don't see him like being strict actually as a leader, like being this strict kind of father figure. No, actually, I see him more like a mother figure. So let's go with the cards that came out for him. He got the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the of Eight of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Two of Coins or Pentacles, the Lovers, the Sun, and the Two of Cups. So yes, I would like to tell you actually that this tarot reading is about Exo's future, or about the group's future, about Suho's professional future, but it's not. Because the first thing I see him represented with the King of Swords, and next to him I see the Queen of Wands. That is probably someone meaningful in his life, probably a lady that is a fire sign. She could be an Aries, a Sagittarius, or a Leo. And actually this connection is something that actually has him feeling really heartbroken, in the sense that maybe lately they had broken up, or maybe they had a certain argument, so they decided to part ways, or they decided to broke up. And actually he is very insecure about it, because he doesn't want to lose her actually. And this whole tarot spread represents his whole journey, an emotional journey into not knowing how to win her back. I think that actually, if she is a fire sign, it's very likely that she has a strong temper, that she has that she's very outspoken, that she's very straightforward. So maybe she has this perception of him being really cold, or being really detached, or maybe the fact that he is very intellectual, or that he is very he just doesn't allow himself to be emotional. He just yes, he obviously is communicative. He talks about what he thinks, but he doesn't he's not very passionate. And I think that this female with this fire energy inside of her, she's very passionate. So she wants to see a bit of fire inside of him. And so somehow she is like threatening him with leaving him, so that he could appreciate a bit more about who she is, or about her presence in his life. I think that this also, it has to do with the fact that maybe she wants more commitment out of him. And I think that he definitely has feelings for her. So it's not easy for him to be apart from this person, or actually feeling like they are over, or feeling like he had spoiled things with this lady. But I think that he needs to search within himself, and yes, connect with his emotions a little bit. And yes, I think that she is a bit that she's actually right when it comes to this to this strategy that she had made, because somehow, yes, like uh, breaking up with him, or maybe being far away from him, or like interrupting their relationship or their connection, is what is going to actually make him realize how much does he want this relationship to work, or what does he want from this relationship, or what is he willing to do in order to keep this relationship with this female. Because I think that she's very spontaneous, so I don't think she's fooling around. I think that she has always been really open, and she had always been a good partner to him. It's just that she needs more and she wants more, and somehow he is like this, sitting in his ice throne, like being really cold. He's not emotionally distant, because actually he's really sweet. He is a gentleman. He has good manners. He's very nice with her. Um, he's a nice company. He's a nice guy. But at the same time, yes, she wants more feelings. She wants more passion. She wants more emotional connection. And I think that for him, it's not easy to dive into his emotions and being emotional and actually opening up and show his vulnerability. I think that he feels a bit uncomfortable with exposing himself that way, especially because he is a bit intimidated by her, because she has a lot of personality, and she has like a strong aura. So I think that maybe he feels a bit insecure about being with her. Like, for example, being like, I don't know why she's with me. I don't know what does she see in me. Why did she choose to be with me? Is it because I'm famous? Is it because of my status? It's like he feels really insecure when it comes to his own value as a man. So maybe because she has this strong presence, or this strong character, I think that somehow she takes over the control in the relationship, or maybe she just takes over the whole room because she's strong. Actually, I don't know why, but I have the feeling that she could be not a fire sign, but she could be actually a Capricorn, because I have the feeling that he has something for Capricorn women, women that are in power, or women that look mature and like put together, and that they know what they want, or maybe a career woman, someone that is in control of her own destiny. Because I think that he has Venus and Mars in Cancer. So, Capricorn is the opposite sign of Cancer. So I think that he would definitely be attracted to Capricorn female. So yes, he's going through this period where this loss, or maybe the absence of this female in his life, is making him realize that he has to make a choice, especially when it comes to what he wants in the future of this relationship, or of any relationship, because I think that he needs to be able to connect in a more profound and deep way. He needs to be more expressive of his emotions to his significant other, or to maybe his partner or his potential partner, because yes, I mean, I don't think this is the first lady, actually, the first woman that actually like gives him this ultimatum. I think he had gone through situations where he had lost a few opportunities when it comes to dating, or actually starting to get to know someone he was really interested in, because he was too passive, or maybe he was too he was really nice and he was very like communicative and stuff, but he wasn't emotional. So he didn't make any romantic advance on that person. So maybe that person didn't get the message. She didn't get the signal that actually he was asking her out, or maybe that he wanted to see her, um, or he wanted to get to know her in a deep and profound kind of way. So I think that for him to be successful when it comes to romance and when it comes to connecting and building a relationship, it's about opening up and showing his emotional nature, and not to be so intellectual about it, not to intellectualize everything. Just sometimes don't talk too much and actually express more. Express more with warm gestures. Don't Because I think that he's very talkative, like he is very good with words. But words are not enough, especially if you have like a partner, or in the case, I see this female, that she is very, I think she's very affectionate, or at least she wants someone to be affectionate. I think she needs that affection from him. She wants him to be affectionate. She wants him to show her with romantic gestures that he feels something for her, you know. So I think that in this sense, she had moved, or she had walked away from him just to see how he would react, if he will come to the realization that whether he wants to continue, he wants to change, or well, he wants this relationship to be over. Because I don't think she will take him back if he decides to continue acting the same way. I think that she knows what she wants, and she wants it from him. But at the same time, if he is not able to be more open and expressive when it comes to feelings, I think she will leave him for good, because she wants actual proof that he is really, if he's feeling something for her, if it's real. So I think that this is all I see actually for Suho. And I do feel like he's going to succeed, that he is going to come into this realization where he needs to connect. I think there's something about his inner child, that he needs to connect with his inner child. He needs to connect with the joy of showing his more vulnerable side, and actually be more playful, and being more risky, and being more free spirit, and just that. It's just that he had worked his whole life, and he had always been in charge of things, and he had always been, or tried to be, the responsible one. So somehow for him to let his guard down, and actually trying to be vulnerable, and trying to be, I don't know, more present in situations, in when it comes to emotional situations, he really struggles with that, because he's a really hardworking man. He had worked really hard for everything he has right now in his life. So yes, maybe when it comes to emotions, he doesn't have the amount of experiences, or maybe the prior emotional experiences he had in the past really didn't teach him nothing about how to build a relationship. And also because I mean, you learn as you become involved with someone. So I think that maybe if he had a prior relationship, maybe his ex-girlfriend was someone totally different when it comes to what she expected from him, or the relationship. So maybe, I don't know, his former lover was some kind of women where she was also intellectual, or that maybe she was very conformist, and she was okay with the way he was acting towards her. You know, she was okay with the way he expressed his emotions. But in this case, this female, she gives me that it's not only that she's passionate, she's also very powerful. So I think that it's not only that she is powerful when it comes to her energy, I think it's also the way he sees her. I think he definitely values her. There's something about her. It's like maybe she's not this fiery goddess here, but he sees her that way. It's like he put her in a pedestal. So it's like he sees her like this perfect female, like this kind of female that he's just really mesmerized by her. But at the same time, yes, he doesn't know how to correspond that energy of her, because they are very different. So yes, he's getting there, he's learning to open up a bit more. So I'm going to leave it, guys, here. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you can. So thank you so much for being here as always, and you know, I always read your recommendations, or maybe any idol or other subject that you want me to look at with the cards. Remember, always, I don't do shipping readings, so please don't recommend me those, because I will not do them. I only do the ones that maybe they do have they had dated, or maybe that the rumor was confirmed that they were actually involved in some kind of way. So I'm leaving it here. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.